As with the collapse of any political leader who's been in office for a lengthy amount of time, all manner of chaos will erupt in the aftermath of her departure. Nicola Sturgeon is going, and it's possible that the independence movement will rupture, simply disappear. It's possible that it will be re-energized by a candidate who can capture the spirit of the party and can roller coast on some sort of honeymoon period. I suspect the person to do that would be someone like Humza Yousaf. But at the moment, the person who seems to have captured the interest, particularly of the front page of the Daily Telegraph, is Ash Regan, ably supported by Joanna Cherry. Regan, from Edinburgh East, is the person who who objected to the transgender bill, along with Stephen Flynn, of course, in Westminster, and who resigned from the government in Edinburgh, and whose resignation was apparently greeted, according to the Daily Telegraph, with a rather graceless response from the First Minister. I've not checked that, so I don't really know. I'm just simply repeating what is there in the Daily Telegraph, and reading it with a certain amount of surprise rather late in the day. And of course, Nicola Sturgeon is leaving behind a party which is quickly fracturing as well, not only because of the transgender debate, but also because of the exodus from the SNP to Alba and to her former leader. And, you know, all of that is likely to happen when a strong leader disappears. All of that has happened in other parties. Indeed, I think the Labour Party is experiencing the same sort of thing with the fracturing of its party between those who support Keir Starmer and those who support Jeremy Corbyn. They need to make up their mind, because it may be possible that the Labour Party will get into power in the next election. I certainly think it's almost inevitable that the Conservative Party will lose. The question is whether or not there'll be a party in position that is in a place to govern. And the Labour Party at this present moment is not quite in that place. Is it possible the Conservative Party could turn itself around? Well, the Conservative Party has seen far too much of this problem of changing leaders. When you change a leader, you fracture the identity of the party. It happened after Mrs. Thatcher left. It happened, when Harold Wilson left. It happened when Mrs. Thatcher took over from Heath. It goes all the way back through party politics. The party is not united around a series of ideas. The party is united around a personality, no matter what nonsense people parade about the ideas are more important than the personality. Utter tosh. The media loves the personality. The people love the personality. That is it. It's personality politics in Britain. And we would be very stupid. We are very stupid if we think anything else matters. Sadly, the two personalities that we have in Westminster leading the two main political parties are as limp as, well, I was going to say as limp as a cabbage, but I think Mrs. May has captured the vegetable patch, so I don't think we should intrude. But they don't have a lot of backbone in terms of personality and charisma. Now, after Boris, maybe a non-charismatic leader is exactly what the Conservative Party wanted, but what it got was Mrs. May. A person who was running through fields of corn, further vegetable analogies, fields of corn, and trying to defy personality. Then we got Liz Truss. Liz Truss. And I was going to say something about her dependence on Kwasi Kwarteng, but I will leave that out. And I will focus instead on all the nonsense that has gone on, all the scandals with Matt Hancock and the stationery cupboard, all the scandals of of people watching things in the chamber, of looking at tractors, and of wandering hands. It's, as Boris would have said, Pincher by name, Pincher by nature, but it's unacceptable. And in the end, that is what is remembered, because it is personalities and people rather than theories and ideas which are etched into people's minds. Personalities matter to people.